Member from Virginia, Mr. Scott, and a member opposed. Each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Virginia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, my amendment would exempt from coverage under the REINS Act any rule which pertains to workplace health and safety made by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, or the Mine Safety and Health Administration, MSHA, that is necessary to prevent or reduce the incidence of traumatic injury, cancer, or irreversible lung disease. I'm offering the amendment because we should not be creating obstacles to the protection of life and limb. We should be concerned about repealing such workplace rules. And actually, this concern, there was a report from the chairman of the Freedom Caucus that actually calls for the repeal of multiple safety and health rules. One OSHA rule, for example, that would reduce slip, trip, and fall hazards, which are actually a leading cause of worker deaths and lost workday injuries. We found that this rule has not been updated since 1971, and OSHA has calculated that over 10 years the rule will prevent nearly 300 worker deaths and more than 58,000 lost time injuries. The net benefit, cash benefit of the rule is projected to be over $3 billion over 10 years. Another rule at risk is the modernization of OSHA's beryllium exposure limit, a 70-year-old health standard that was obsolete even before it was issued. Workers who inhale beryllium can develop debilitating, incurable, and frequently fatal illnesses, one known as chronic beryllium disease, also increased risk of lung cancer. In the 1940s, workers at the Atomic Energy Commission plants were contracting acute beryllium poisoning, and to deal with the problem, two scientists agreed to set the exposure limit at 2 micrograms per cubic meter of air while sitting in the back of a taxicab on their way to a meeting. This discredited standard is often called the taxicab standard because there was no data to support it, and there is now significant scientific evidence to show that it has failed to protect workers. The cost of keeping the so-called taxicab standard is estimated at the loss of nearly 100 lives a year, and so we need to make sure that this rule is updated, and it is in final stages. After 18 years of development, the finalized rule is expected to come out soon. Other rules involve mine safety and other safety and health concerns. The REINS Act would make it harder to protect workers' health and safety. The bill would create more bureaucracy by requiring that any major rule receive bicameral resolution of support within 70 legislative days prior to the rule taking effect. This bill even provides for a reach back to consider rules issued last spring. Under this bill, a single House of Congress could block a rule, and that raises significant constitutional concerns. By allowing a one-house veto, the bill violates the presentment clause of the Constitution of the United States. My amendment ensures essential workplace safety protections are not jeopardized by this flawed legislation, so I urge a yes vote on my amendment and reserve the balance of my time.